Good afternoon and a very warm welcome to Scotstoun Stadium, the home of Glasgow Warriors, as the women's squad take on Brython Thunder in round 9 of the Celtic Challenge, the penultimate round of this year's competition. The sides meet for the very first time this season, with the second leg at Parky Scarlets next Sunday. Glasgow have scored 22 tries and Brython 15 and have danger players aplenty across their squads. Both had one win so far, with Glasgow just 2 points ahead on 9 and 5th, so expect a real fight for that second win in this Club of Origin round doubleheader. Kick-off is at 3:45 with the Glasgow Warriors men's match against the Ospreys to follow at 7:35pm. And it's Glasgow Warriors against Brython Thunder in round 9 of the Celtic Challenge. And I'm delighted to say I'm joined by Rachel Law. Rachel, good afternoon.
Hello, thank you for having me on again.
Great. Conditions are good for some running rugby. The two sides both on one win, 5th and 6th place, but perhaps their positions in the league table don't tell the whole story.
Yeah, exactly. I think it's one of those, both teams, loads and loads of exciting talent coming through. They've not had a fantastic campaign so far. They've both beaten Edinburgh at home respectively, which has been really, really good, but just not found their feet in the competition. And as you say, 5th and 6th, battling it out, not met each other yet, so don't know what's to come. Conditions, miles better than last week. The wind last week played a huge factor in both of the games. So in terms of that side of things, I think we should have a cracking game of rugby today.
That's brilliant, Rachel. And just one last point, you're just talking about the players coming through and the real fight today, but just in terms of development, how valuable is this competition? It's being expanded from 7 rounds to 10 rounds. Just how valuable is this competition for the development of players coming through the pathway, the international pathway?
Yeah, massively so. In terms of the Celtic Challenge, it gives opportunity for players who have bags of experience but maybe haven't had an awful lot of game time to come into this competition, but also girls who are coming through under 15s, under 18s and are breaking into those international squads. It bridges that gap between club and international level. The likes of Poppy Mellenby, she's 17 years of age. She's a fantastic young bit of talent that's coming through the ranks. This exposure to this level of rugby gives her that opportunity to develop her skills under pressure and become an extremely talented rugby player to hopefully go on and play international rugby for Scotland. Then you've got Gwen Crapp, who's got so many international caps already. The experience that she brings to this Thunder squad is going to be vital in bringing those girls who've been involved in the under 20s coming through and hopefully pushing on into that international Wales squad. So the competition as a whole is a fantastic opportunity for everybody to gain experience at this level.
Absolutely, Rachel. Some great points there from Rachel. Looking forward to kick-off. Kick-off is at 3:45pm. And I'm joined by Lindsay Smith, head coach of Glasgow Warriors. Lindsay, big match today, big occasion for the club today. Club of Origin, double header.
Yeah, no, definitely. It's obviously a great occasion to play at home again at Scotstoun, but also, you know, to be part of a double header with the men's side, it does add to the occasion. Yeah, it's a big game, but I think the best bit is the girls get to come out here and wear their club socks, you know, represent the clubs that they've, you know, worked their way through to, you know, put their hand up and be in with the Glasgow Warriors women. So yeah, it is a big occasion, but definitely one we're looking forward to.
And just one last thing, Nicole Flynn comes into the side. She's back from injury. Exciting for her?
Yeah, I mean, it's exciting for us as well to have somebody like Nicole back in and fit. Yeah, just looking forward to seeing her get out there. You know, she had a bit of a tough time with injury, so it's nice to see her back. She's worked hard to get to this point, but she adds a lot to a team as well, both on both sides of the ball. So yeah, I'm just excited to see her go and hope she goes out and enjoys it. Great,
Lindsay. Thanks very much for spending time with us. Good luck.
Thanks, Heather. Thanks.
I'm delighted to be joined by Ashley Beck, head coach of Brython Thunder. Welcome to Scotstoun.
Thank you very much.
You played here as a player?
Long time ago, yeah, but I've visited here a couple of times, yeah.
Great to have you here. So in terms of the match today, what are your thoughts of playing Glasgow? Obviously the two sides have not played this year yet. What are your thoughts on the match?
I think between us and Glasgow, we're probably in similar places. A lot of young girls playing, trying to gain experience, and playing in venues like this is great for them. But, you know, we're probably a bit more level today, and it should be a good spectacle because they've obviously had a good win here against Edinburgh. They were close last week, and our girls is just about bouncing back after our last game.
Yeah, obviously you had a tough match last week, but a win against Edinburgh the week before. Just how valuable is this competition, gaining, you alluded to that match experience at a higher level for the young players coming through and for the current players as well?
I think it's unbelievable for the young players. You know, they play in Bucks Rugby, which is a good standard. Some are playing in the Welsh Premiership, but then to come here to play against girls from different countries, travelling, getting used to that experience, it builds towards an international career, and they only get that by playing against players. And last week was a tough learning, but ultimately they're only going to get better by getting that experience. For the international girls, some of them haven't played a lot of rugby, so it's great for them to gain some experience and hopefully build something where we get more internationals playing in the coming years.
Absolutely, and just in terms of your squad today, you've got 4 international players coming in or starting. You've got 3 starting. You've got Gwen Crabb in the second row. Just how valuable will she be today, especially Natalia John is still injured?
Gwen, she started the campaign with us, and you know, she's got that experience. She's been part of a Gloucester Hartbury team which has been dominant in the PWR, and she's got a lot of experience. So hopefully we can sort of chip into that experience today, and she can help a couple of these younger girls who need an arm around them after last weekend. And you know, you've got Niamh, Hannah Black, both experienced players. Hannah Black was outstanding against Edinburgh, which ended up getting us over the line. And then we've got Rosie Carr, who will be her first game back after injury. She worked so hard, and you know, just to experience and come away and get used to stuff again. And hopefully this will be great for her to get back on track, ready for whatever comes in the future.
And just one last point, I noticed that you have open trials, which I thought was a great idea, and you've got 2 players on the bench, Anna and Brython. Just give me a quick word on that. It's a really good idea, I think.
Yeah, so obviously with the depth charts in Wales and everything else, there's a couple of girls who've probably missed out through the years because they're starting to build that pathway, and having that, it just got girls a chance to come and express themselves and show have we missed anyone. And between both squads, Gwalia and ourselves, we picked up a couple of players, and I think it just shows what everyone in Wales is trying to create and trying to give them chance, because you never know what jersey they might put on in the future. So to have that give them a showcase so they can come and experience different things, because you know, they're the teachers in the week, they're working elsewhere, so then to come away and experience this is great.
Great, well thanks very much and have a great match today.
Thank you very much.
Hello and welcome to Scotstoun Stadium for the Celtic Challenge Round 9 match, Glasgow Warriors against Brython Thunder. Kick-off is getting underway shortly. I'm delighted to be joined by Rachel Law and co-coms. Rachel, a big match for both teams today.
Yeah, exactly. Both these teams are fighting out at the bottom of the table. Both of them have got 1 win, both against Edinburgh as well, so they've not seen each other this far in the competition so far, so it'll be interesting to see how they fare up today.
And just a roundup of where we are so far today. Down in Glamorgan, Wolfhounds ran out 48-17 down there against Gowalia Lightning to stay top of the table. At the Hive, the Clovers, the other Irish team, won 60-18 against Edinburgh. Again, the Irish team's very strong showing today, and the Clovers retain their second position. So Wolfhounds on 39 points and Clovers on 37. And then we get just confirmation there. Oh, and an additional point there. So Wolfhounds are in 39 and Clovers are in 38, and Gowalia stay on third and 30 points. And as we were just talking about, Rachel, there, this match here, crucial. Brython Thunder in 6th place, looking to leapfrog Glasgow today, and Glasgow will be looking to push Edinburgh in that 4th spot.
Yeah, exactly. I think Glasgow took a lot of confidence from beating Edinburgh here at home a couple of weeks ago, so they'll be enjoying the atmosphere here at home. Obviously it's a double header, it's their Club of Origin night as well, so in terms of all of that, it's a huge buzz here at the stadium, and they'll be looking to put a good performance. Brython on the flip side, coming off of a disappointing week last week, they'll be looking to push on and not finish in that last place spot.
Yeah, it's great to see the teams and the flag bearers all out, from the representative from clubs in Glasgow and the West. So great to see.
The energy as we welcome your teams.
And the teams are running out now, and we've got Jess Rogers of Brython Thunder leading her team out. The music's on, and they'll be looking to bounce back from their loss against the Clovers last week. They've got some international players back today in the starting lineup. Hannah Block, Gwen Crabb, so it's exciting for them. And leading, Marion McDonald, leading her team out again from the scrum half position, internationalist Marion McDonald from Glasgow. A proud moment for her running through the flags. You can feel the energy today, Rachel, can't you?
Yeah, definitely. There's plenty of people here in the stands, so yeah, it should be great.
Yeah, and just to round up with the teams there, we've got Poppy Fletcher, Megan Hyland and Ailey Fleming, all starting in the front row. The try-scoring partnership of Aisha Samir and Kate Yeomans make up the second row. The balanced blend of Freya Walker, Ailey McGilvery and Emily Cooper again make up the back row. And Mary McDonald captains the side once again from 9. Brython Thunder head coach has made 8 changes to his starting team, 7 personnel and 1 positional. Internationalist Gwen Crabb comes into the second row to partner Robin Davis, and we've got a change there at 10. We've got Hannah Marshall coming in. Niamh Terry is out today. Rhiannon Griffin takes her place on the bench to cover. Referee for today is David Young. And Briar McNamara, so influential across this competition. Round 9 now, but she really has made her mark on this competition. The ball just sits up in the 22. Seren Singleton takes it on. Jess Rogers just trying to find her way out and exits swiftly for Brython Thunder. They were under pressure last week and they'll be looking for a clean exit and going through their set plays. Nice pass out. Hannah Marshall there just to Hannah Bluck. She'll be excited to start today. She's really made an impression. 4 tries to her name, Hannah Bluck, so far in this competition. She really is a threat. Ball just going out wide. Great tackle, great line speed there from the Glasgow Warriors. Orla Proctor there, just making an impression there. She's on the left wing today rather than centre, but great line speed from her. Marshall just making the exit kick, and it does hit touch. Brython Thunder will be much happier with that start than last week, Rachel.
Yeah, exactly. In terms of what they're trying to do though, we're looking to see them play out of their own 22. You'd think catch that restart and look to probably exit and clear your lines. Instead, they've looked to play, they've looked to stretch that Glasgow defence and try and find some holes. Glasgow seemed up for it, line speed was up, you mentioned Orla Proctor getting up in the faces there, and have managed to force them to have to kick.
Yeah, and Brython have got the ball now. It's turnover ball, going through the phases. Chloe Gant there, just starting at hooker. Again, Marshall finding Lucy Isaac, but just a forward pass there. But well taken in the line out, Rachel, there for the turnover ball.
Yeah, good turnover there. I'm not sure if it was just a bit of miscommunication from the line-out jumper for Glasgow, but really great steal there. When you're given those opportunities to steal the ball, you're still in your own half, the pressure's still on you. Forcing that little inside pass, it didn't need to happen. I think it was one of those that a fumble and somebody got in front as well, so they're lucky that that's actually not a penalty for being offside. Glasgow will be pleased with that defensive effort, having lost the line out, and they'll look to launch a decent attack from this scrum.
Yeah, first scrum. All 6 front rowers, 20 years of age and under, so that's great. And a great shove there from Brython Thunder. What a scrum from Brython Thunder. Excellent play. But ball shot out the back. Tromans is onto it.
Release!
And penalty there.
You were okay, unit 14, never release.
Yeah, for holding on. But yeah, there's real pressure there by Brython Thunder again, Rachel.
Yeah, exactly. That was a fantastic scrum from them. I think their height was lower than that Glasgow squad, so in any of the up-and-coming scrums, Glasgow need to drop that height a little bit more. Brython Thunder managed to get underneath them, and they managed to spoil the ball at the back of the ruck as well. Pounce on it, but it was a really good turnover there from Glasgow. Managed to get their hands back on that ball, and Brython Thunder penalised for holding on.
Yeah, they'll come up.
So line out here for Megan Hyland. Yep. Just switching over to that hooker position this year, so best wishes to her, and she's really developing. That's a great line out, and it's well taken. It's a great drive from Glasgow, and it's just a penalised then. Just from that maul position. and it just gives Brython Thunder a bit of easy pressure relief for them, to Hannah Marshall to reach for touch.
When you go for that line-out drive, you have to make sure that the opposition team have engaged. If they have not, you cannot pass that ball back, and that's what Glasgow have been penalised there. Brython Thunder have taken a couple of steps back and said, on you go, and unfortunately Glasgow have been penalised for obstruction, so that just gives Thunder a chance to clear their lines there again.
And it's well taken there by Lucy Isaac. And again, ball through the hands, Hannah Marshall. Block, we talked about her earlier, and it's good hands from Brython, and it's Hannah Lane with the odd boots on, and it's a great tackle there, just in the wing there. Poppy Mellenby making her tackle.
Thank you.
In the 22, going through the phases. Rogers, she missed last week, she was a big miss for them. Getting them go forward ball here. And again, Robin Davis. Good defence there by Glasgow, repelling her. And again, Hannah Marshall looking for Bluck, just not quite going to hand, ball's loose. And just a tiny knock on there, but a good passage of play there by Brython Thunder in the 22, Rachel.
Yeah, exactly. You can see what they're trying to do. Even off that first phase, they've identified that those the outside channels is where they want to attack. They want to move that ball wide. They've got some absolute speedsters. We see here Hannah Lane, fantastic tackle there from Poppy Mellenby covering across. But the Brython Thunder, they've got a lot of pace on that outside. They're wingers, they're fullback, so that's where they want to attack. They want to get into those outside channels and really challenge that Glasgow defence. Just another little handling error. They'll be frustrated at that, because that's been a few handling errors that we've seen in the first 5 minutes of play here.
Yeah, you could just see Chloe Gant there just talking to the referee, just maybe it was about height, and yeah, getting reset now.
Set.
Again, it's a good shove there from Brython Thunder. They're really looking, that was one positive from last week against the Clovers. Their scrum was solid, and it's a good release ball there by Katie Ainsworth. The ball's just running, and that's a superb kick under pressure there. She was almost like the weight was going back, but she managed to exit.
Yeah, that's a fantastic kick from Ainsworth there. She was under a hell of a lot of pressure. I'm not entirely sure if there was a bit of miscommunication in that Glasgow back line there coming off the back of the scrum. Looked like Nicole Flynn kind of wanted it. She wanted to have a shot to show what she could do, but it went out the back to Katie Ainsworth. The back row, the Thunder back row were honing in on her, so she's done brilliantly to get that up to halfway.
Gant again organising her forwards, impressive so far. Frere Walker just harrying at the back there on Jess Rogers. A lot of the Brython Thunder team play Cardiff Met and also Wales under 20, so they have played quite a bit together, and some under 18s here as well. And Bluck just adding some dynamism here, getting a few metres on the contact. And again, Marshall, nice kick, beautiful kick, super kick. Really, really good. Yeah, Marshall under 18 last year and played under 20s as well, so really one to watch for Wales, and certainly for Brython Thunder. They're really making inroads into the Glasgow 22.
Yeah, that's a lovely kick from Marshall. She's actually unfortunate there to not get a 50-22. The ruck was unfortunately in that Glasgow half, and when they've pulled it back, into their own half before she's kicked it out. So an outstanding bit of vision from her, and just unfortunate that that's not been a 50-22.
Again,
on by Red.
just going Glasgow, just managing to tidy up. Brython there, good in the line-out defence, just making a wee bit harder. Again, McNamara so impressive with that boot. Look at that kick, outstanding. Footballing background when she was younger in New Zealand, Glenfield Club of Origin day, so Glenfield is her club of origin in New Zealand, but that right boot of hers is a real weapon and real pressure reliever for Glasgow.
Yeah, exactly. That's a fantastic clearance there from Briar McNamara. She's outstanding in a lot of aspects of the game, ball carrying defensively, but her kicking game is one of the best in Scotland, so she'll be really pleased with that clearance. It just takes that pressure off of that Glasgow defence.
I know, 18 tackles last week as well as lots of points. But again, Gant finding that line out. Jess Rogers wants her hands on the ball today, was injured last week, but it's full of energy today. Glasgow know they've got to slow that ball down. And hands looking to go wider. Just in those wide channels there.
Tackle! No.
Ball still with Brython.
Part of the tackle.
Not releasing in the tackle there, and they've gone quick. Saren Singleton looking for support players. And Lucy Isaac managing to make some good inroads. Quick thinking along with Singleton. And again, there's Bluck looking for some extra players. And there's no knock-on called. And Singleton there just trying to, there's a desperate tackle there. Superb tackle. Absolutely superb by Ainsworth. Singleton such a threat. And again, ball still with Brython, right in that 5 metre line. And again, going through the paces, Robin Davis. Trying to organise her forwards. Still Oren there, great defence there by Glasgow. Steady and patient. Going round the corner.
Okay, ball's there.
Getting reset.
Tackle!
And there's a fight there at that breakdown. Singleton again organising her forwards. And it's a pop out. Caddy Lois Davis can't make any. And again, Glasgow defence is good. There's Bluck right on the try line. And she's repelled. That's superb defence by Glasgow. Still Bolt. Gwen Grab back from injury. Just trying to make inroads there. Again held up by Isha Samir. She's working hard at that breakdown. And that's an excellent set of defence there. Great attack there from Brython Thunder, going through the phases, but superb defence there from the Warriors. And they've gone. Mary McDonald showing that Saren Singleton that she can take the quick ones too.
Release,
Let's play on.
Rocks form.
Singleton slowing it down, looking for Marshall. Mellenby just going through the hands there. She collects, can she exit? She's so elusive and broken play and just goes into touch. Passage of play, Rachel.
Goodness me, it's clear to see that both teams are looking to play with that pace. They're looking to play with that intensity. Fantastic bit of defence there from Glasgow, right on their line. They're getting their line speed sorted because they're getting up. They're looking up, they're seeing what's in front of them, and they're able to get set and off the line. Thunder will be frustrated at that. Probably their first entrance into that 22 with a decent bit of possession and not able to convert that into points.
And it's well taken by Brython Thunder. Gantz on song today with her throw-ins.
Tackle only, tackle, release, release.
And again, Singleton looking for Bluck, and it goes out the back. Marshall, the long pass out to Lane, manages to dodge the first tackle, and it's held up. McNamara's in there, and again, just Brython just managing to Singleton's. And Bluck there, just a beautiful kick over, chips over the top and collects. Ball's loose.
Leave the ball, leave the
and it's good work by Caddy Lois Davis on the ground for Brython Thunder. Ball goes left, Hannah Marshall, there's numbers there. And Eleanor Hing, great footwork.
No hands.
And it's good defence there by the Warriors. Again, Gant on that ball, wanting their hands on it.
Release, no hands, no hands.
It's a ferocious on the line defence by Glasgow today. And again, ball taken in. Jess Rogers just a bit high. Ball held up. Again, we were talking about Gwalia Lightning's on the line defence, but Glasgow's on the line defence today seems really in tune.
Yeah, something we've seen a lot of in this Celtic Challenge is just soaking that up over the line, holding them up. Glasgow have done a fantastic job there. It's hard to see who's at the bottom of that ruck, but they've done a brilliant job of getting underneath it. You can see there, I think it's Kubra.
Kubra's there, yeah.
Yeah, and Poppy Fletcher as well, just getting underneath that. So fantastic job from them.
And it's a long kick. Lane collects, and Hannah Marshall's looking for options. She's running, and she kicks. And Mellenby ready for it. Trying to make the yards. Need extra help in that breakdown. Brython will target that.
They lost.
Frere Walker just tries to tidy up. Brython's mentality today is really turning it around. Bit between the teeth. Marshall, such a good kick out there, but Abby Evans, good kick chase. And the work at the breakdown by Glasgow, trying to high tackle there by the referee David Young. But the kick chase was good. Hannah Marshall constantly looking to run and to kick as well.
Yeah, exactly. She's such a danger threat. She has a look up, she sees lanes there, but she thinks that she can get on the outside of Abby Evans. Good bit of footwork, but it's a great chase from Abby Evans from Glasgow. In terms of that kick, Mary McDonald spots that there's a little bit of space there. She sticks it high. She's got a fantastic box kick because she's able to hang it, gives her attacking team a bit of time to organise that chase, get up and really put the Brython Thunder back three under a lot of pressure.
Yeah, the referee just says halt things. I think Poppy's just trying to sort something out.
Okay, let's go
And
now.
we're good to go. Chloe Grant with the throw in. And again it's Isaac, strong at the front. Singleton finds Marshall. And again it's Rogers in midfield, and it's Gabby Heelan just trying to find a gap through, but again the Warriors defence is strong, the ball's loose.
It's a timing thing. I've called tackle.
And again it's a quick tap by Singleton. She's constantly looking. In the 22 again, Glasgow are working hard in that defence. Brython trying to make inroads, Lucy Isaac. And again it's Heelan. She's got a try to her name already this competition against the Wolfhounds. She'll be looking to get one more.
Tackle, move!
And again Brython in that 5 metre area. Working hard, and it's a try. They're over that line. There's a great passage of play there. Again, just being alive. Seren Singleton come here and we'll see the replay. Who's got that? It might well be Gwen Crabb. But on her return from injury, she played the first 3 rounds. We just see here. It's a pick and go. And just straight over the top, just driving through, leg drive through, and it's Gwen Crabb. Excellent try there from the Brython Thunder second row.
Singleton brings so much energy to that Brython Thunder team. She gets them on the front foot, both in terms of her quick tap plays, but also her speed of ball off from the ruck. In terms of there, she was, as soon as that penalty had been awarded, she'd already gone. She knew that the penalty was coming. She tapped and went, she exploited the space, she got over the gain line, she got her team on the front foot, and then that's fantastic bit of organisation there from the forwards. They've hit nice and low, and Anna Crabb, she's done a fantastic job to get over that line.
Yeah, and Marshall not only good at kicking from hand, but getting that conversion as well. So it's 7-0 to Brython Thunder. It's a real quick, as you say, Singleton really driving this through. Gwen Crabb, and also Hannah Marshall, 7-0. But it's really back and forth. It's interesting how Mary McDonald, it's a really good match up with the 2 9s.
Yeah, very exciting one. It'll be good to see what the rest of this game holds for the pair of them.
Great tear there by Robin Davis from the McNamara restart. And again, Gwen Crabb, she'll be delighted with that. She's been blighted by injuries in the last couple of years, just looking for game time, plays at Gloucester Hartbury as well. But be looking to work her way back into the Welsh squad for the Six Nations, getting that game time. And both sides really working hard at that breakdown, and Glasgow getting that penalty. Huge get there. That's superb. Ailey McGilvery. I was just talking to about Ailey actually with the analyst earlier at Glasgow Warriors, and she's just really bit between the teeth. She's been at university in America and just seems to be really developing, and we talked about how it's now gone to 10 rounds this competition instead of 7, and one of those players as Ailey is reaping the benefits.
Yeah, exactly. You can see defensively what Glasgow are trying to do. They're trying to hold up the Thunder team. They're trying to get underneath them, force them into those mauls. They slow that ruck down, they slow that attacking speed down. It's a fantastic bit of work there from the Thunder player to actually worm away from that maul, but she's isolated herself and given Ailey McGilvery a perfect opportunity for her to steal ball, and it's what she does best.
Line out in the 22 for Glasgow. Just great hit there, but just a little knock on. But Glasgow growing with confidence through these set plays, and they'll just know they just need to tidy that little bit up. It was just slightly out of Kubra's hand there.
Yeah, frustrating for Glasgow. Their set piece has been something that has either been a complete hit or a complete miss during this campaign. They'll be frustrated there because probably that's the first opportunity of an attacking platform that they've had in Thunder's 22. So they'll be frustrated about that. As you say, it's just those little tiny bits that aren't quite clicking for them in their attack so far.
Yeah, the line-out stats, they're sort of both in the 70s, and the scrums, they've both got 83, so fairly much parity. But Brython have started scrum-wise just probably a wee bit stronger, and that's a good scrum there from Glasgow Warriors, just holding strong. Jess Rogers, good control there at the back, excellent control, and they get the penalty. They've got penalty advantage. That was excellent control there from Brython Thunder.
Yeah, you see Jess Rogers at the back of that. Singleton's just saying to her, keep that in, keep that in, keep that in. Yep, we've got that penalty advantage now. So she's just controlling things really, really nicely at the base of that. I think it's the height. The height, Brython are managing to get underneath that Glasgow team, and thus far, their scrum is far superior. So if Glasgow have got any opportunity to try and counter that and hold their own, they need to set their height lower.
Yeah, they can see that Glasgow can problem solve in the way, but it's just such good experience for all 6 of those players in the front row. And again, Jess Rogers linking up really, really well with Singleton there at 9, and Heelan looking lively. And again, Gwen Grab just coming in just to clear out, as any good second row should. And again, Robin Davis head down. Ball looks like it's gone. And again, just coming back left. Release ball. And Eleanor Hing threats. Great handoff, a superb 2 handoffs. And again, she's so evasive, elusive into that 22. Glasgow are going to have, she's a real danger player for them as well on that left wing. Going to have to really watch.
You have advantage, 9.
And again, there's continuity for Brython.
Number 3.
Offside, and there's a player down for Warriors.
Yeah, Eleanor Hink, she's been invited to train with GB7. She's got so much pace about her. Watch her here in this replay. That is such a strong fend there. She manages, her ball transfer is brilliant so that she's able to use that fend. Really, really strong carry for them. She gets Thunder on the front foot, and then they look to go through their phases. Then they look to use their forwards to continue to suck in those Glasgow defenders before they look to ship it wide to where the space is. So we've mentioned that Thunder back 3 are so much pace, so much excitement there, and they are really driving this team along with Singleton and really kind of being instrumental in every part of this Brython Thunder's attack so far.
Yeah, it's interesting because just a different team. The Clovers last week just got off to a firing start, but I think having as well, it's funny, Jess Rogers, she just seems to be just doing the hard yards, and Lucy Isaac, and because they've got those that link play, then they're able to play in the wider channels and then set up and get players like Eleanor Hing on the front foot. But you were talking about her ball transfer, and it was her weight transfer as well. That zoom in for cutting in, really good weight transfer there.
The other thing that you'd probably say, both of these teams are such confidence teams. They need to have a good start into these games. They need to build their confidence. At this current moment in time, Brython are doing that. Glasgow just haven't found that spark. If they're going to attempt to come back into this game, they need to find something defensively here to bring them back that spark.
An opportunity in the corner here for Brython. And ball goes to McGabby, and it's transferred again to Jess Rogers. She's at the back of that maul, and they're just taking their time, but it's well taken by Glasgow, well disrupted. Ball's at the back on Singleton. And it's transferred out to Gwen Grab. And again, ball goes. Robin Davis is on the ball. Good tackle there. Again, there's a real fight at that breakdown. Brython are happy just to go through that phase, and there's numbers on the left there. The forwards just happy going through Singleton, recycling, driving forward, and again just going through those phases. Super happy there, and again it's a try. And again, it's quite that perfect. 2 tries for Gwen Grab. Outstanding play. We knew she would make a difference today, but 2 tries within 22 minutes. Outstanding for Brython Thunder. She's really playing off Singleton, Rachel.
Yeah, exactly. She's doing a fantastic job. Singleton's just controlling those forwards, saying, I want another one, I want another one, I want another one. The backs are busy. Despite that, you can see Marshall. She's just orchestrating, trying to find where those gaps are, but she hasn't needed to be used yet. The forwards are dominating up front, and Glasgow are struggling to keep them out.
Yeah, Gwen Grab just back from her knees, just not being 100%, but she played the first 3 rounds and just had a break, but back now proving that she's ready for the Six Nations. Hannah Marshall there again, superb kick, converting Gwen Crab's second try, and it's 14-0 to Brython Thunder with 23 minutes gone.
Scoreline at Scotland Stadium, Glasgow Warriors 0, Brython Thunder 14.
Yeah, they're just super happy in that 22. I think Glasgow are going to have to look to not let them in that 22. They're happy to go through those phases. And the ball's going straight out from the restart.
Frustrating, just these little bits that Glasgow need to get right. It just turns the ball straight back over to Thunder and gives them an attacking platform off their scrum, which has been extremely successful thus far.
Yeah, you've got Stella Oren, who's under 18 Six Nations last year at loose head prop for Brython Thunder. Chloe Gant, under 18 2 years ago, and Caddy Lois Davis. She's actually been training. Last year she trained with the senior squad, but she's still under 20, so a really promising front row for the Brython Thunder.
And you know what's so great about them is they are all so dynamic. They all get around the park so well as well. Big ball carriers and great offloaders.
And again, giving some shove back there. And a great hassle there from the Glasgow Warriors. Frere Walker working hard in that defensive set. Gabby Heelan looking to get through for Brython Thunder.
Thank you, 9.
Warriors looking to hold up that ball. And that pop back inside, Lucy Isaac. Need that line speed. Oren there just offloading to fellow prop Davis. Singleton, they're looking maybe to go a bit wider. And again, Bluck happy to put the kick through. And just a little knock on there from Mellenby. Just Bluck asking the questions. There's a bit of sun there, just making it just slightly harder. Bouncing pitch, just to catch that ball cleanly.
We talked a lot last week about the wind and the conditions and playing to the conditions. I think Bluck's just looked up there and she's gone, actually, do you know what, Poppy? You can have that. The sun's in your eyes. See what you can do with that. And it's such clever play. She popped it nice and low, right in the direct sunlight there. So hard luck there from Poppy Mellenby. That was a difficult one to take, but great identification from that Brython Thunder back line to actually say, do you know what? There's a bit of space there. I'm going to put in a challenging kick for that Glasgow back three to manage.
Yeah, Bluck scored a try on debut against Scotland down in Colwyn Bay in 2018, so no stranger to playing against Scotland and scoring tries, and good rugby brain, but again pressure there from the Warriors, and they've got advantage. And Glasgow just be looking to go through some phases. It's really all been Brython Thunder up to now. They'll just be looking to keep ball on hand, some phases, exit cleanly and get some good ball. Ailey Fleming just coming back in, just be looking to get game time, just get comfortable on the ball. And McNamara again asking questions, great take there, and again looking for the wider ball, going right to left. Hannah Lane, great tackle there.
Tackle!
Nicole Flynn on a return from injury, she'll be pleased with that, just touches and tackles, that's all that she needs to do in a return from injury. Foot broken and an ankle broken last year, so she's just happy to get these minutes under her belt. Lovely pass back inside. Rogers again just linking up with Singleton, she reads her so well. Both at Cardiff Met, play together there, definitely have an understanding, you can see that. Good work at the breakdown there by Glasgow. Ball still alive for Brython, and again it's bouncing. Hannah Lane, dangerous from a standing start, as is Hing, we've seen her. But it's a good defensive set there, and balls goes into touch. That's a better defensive set there from Glasgow Warriors.
Yeah, definitely. Watching that Thunder team, it is clear to see what they're trying to do in terms of stretching that, getting the width. The forwards are doing a great job at offloading, hence why I think Glasgow have been said, do you know what, let's try and wrap that ball up as much as possible. Let's try and hold them up as much as possible, because this Thunder team are great at getting those offloads, finding a soft shoulder, getting through and getting that offload away. But better defensive set there from Glasgow. Nicole Flynn managing to get Hing into touch.
And it's a short one to Kubra. It's just not quite. Kubra couldn't get forward, and it's just Brython Thunder were alert to that. The front of the line out, just again, Stella Oren just getting the pats there. And there's a reason why she's at loose head at 18 years of age, just staying alert. That front of the line out is so easy just to be focused on the jumper and not the short line out. She did well there. Communicating well there. She was a member of the Welsh Youth Parliament, so communication one of her strengths, just outstanding. Still at school, so outstanding that she's playing at this level at that age.
Yeah, very bright future ahead of her.
And it's a good take there. Marshall looking to get her backs going, and it's a pop back inside to Rogers. She's constantly available off midfield, running off shoulders, and a lovely pass out there by Bluck. Hing just not quite going to Tromans. That's a knock on. But yeah, I think Brython are just enjoying good conditions today and trying to put ball through hand, but Warriors there again putting pressure. They know what they're trying to do. They're trying to maybe one hit up through Rogers and then swing it right wide, Rachel.
Yeah, exactly. I think Tromans will be disappointed. That's the second one that she's just taken her eyes off. I think she's trying to look up and see what's in front of her and see what's on before she's got the ball, and she's just taken her eyes off that, so she'll be frustrated with that. But as you say, this Thunder team are trying to stretch this Glasgow team as much as possible. They've probably identified with the likes of McNamara, Flynn in the midfield. They're not going to go through the middle. They need to stretch them, and how much pace they've got, that's going to be key for them.
And that's a better set up there by Glasgow Warriors at the scrum, and they'll take their time. Maya McDonald growing in stature there, international background, and very much a home from home here for her, and marshalling our troops, and they'll try and get some good territory and possession from this line out.
Yeah, there's something special about playing at home in front of a home crowd. It's the buzz that kind of gives you a 16th man.
And we've got a substitution here. It looks like Ailey Tucker, club captain, is coming on instead of Ailey Fleming. So that was on the half hour. That looks probably like a tactical substitution, and Ailey, well played Ailey. And again, all minutes in the bank, coming back, and Ailey Tucker is on. Well taken there. And again, the Warriors look to that driving maul, but it's a quick break off. Managing to move that ball a bit quicker and a bit wider, and again there's Nicole Flynn, just Brython just alive in that midfield, but a better set play there by the Warriors. And Mary McDonald asking questions in that 22. It's a great kick over the top, and Tromans is having to run it out. And again, we'll go back. But yeah, better play by Glasgow, more possession, more thought, good line out.
Yeah, the line out worked, and then you saw Freya Walker coming round the outside of that. She fought so hard to stay on her feet to get in behind that Brython defence. And then Briar McNamara, she manages to offload it. Briar McNamara again gets them on the front foot. The space was probably on a little bit wider for that Glasgow attack. Flynn took it in, she carried really hard, but the ruck ball was then slow. By the time that they managed to get the ball out, that Brython Thunder defence was set, and so Mary McDonald looked to put that into the sky, just to challenge that Thunder back three, try and put a little bit of pressure on it, knowing that they had the penalty advantage anyway. So now, similar setup on the 22, a great opportunity for Glasgow to launch an attack.
Yeah, very much so, and you just see them talking. Opportunity for set play, and again it's a great take there by Kubra, just at the front, and they're managing to get the drive on. Can they keep it in? Brython were trying to disrupt as much as possible, but they're getting yardage. They've got the advantage, they've got penalty advantage, and McDonald looks to play off McNamara, and again, what a superb run there, and it's just And looked like there's been contact.
Stop. Time off.
We'll see in the replay exactly, but I think there's been head contact there. They'll stop play.
Have a minute.
But yeah, that type of play is what we were talking about, Rachel.
Yeah, exactly. Nice bit of aerial display there from Kubra. She gets up in front and up with speed. That allows that Glasgow team to set that maul. They get the maul moving forward, and they make a good kind of 20 metres or so. And then a nice bit of play here. McNamara's such a threat, so pulling it out the back there. Short line coming from Poppy Mellenby, and she just gets caught. I think whoever's trying to make that tackle hasn't quite realised that she's coming into the channel and has just caught her. But a really nice bit of play there from that Glasgow team. A nice bit of variation to their attack. Lots of options in terms of their running lines, and actually an exciting bit of possession from them.
Yeah, because Poppy Melby, she can play at 10 obviously, and 17 years of age, the youngest ever Glasgow Warrior, still at school as well. We're talking about Stella Oren, and just really bringing something, I think, at fullbacks, a bit of variation, a bit of vision, and she can kick, and especially in broken play.
Yeah,
coming from depth.
Exactly. Watching her and how she analyses a pitch in front of her. When she gets turnover ball, when she gets a kick to her, she has so much vision, and her spatial awareness is fantastic. She can see where the space is, she knows when to run, she knows when to pass, she knows when to kick. She's a super exciting youngster that's coming through, and opportunities like this to play in the Celtic Challenge, as we mentioned, to kind of bridge that gap between club rugby and international rugby. She's got such a bright future ahead of her, so fingers crossed that they can patch her up here and that it's not the end of the game for her, because she's such a live wire to that Glasgow counter-attack.
Yeah, because you're mentioning there about clubs of origin like Biggar, and there's so many across the thing, and obviously Poppy Mellenby's come through, and Ailey Tucker from Biggar as well, and Emily Kubra, so they obviously have a vibrant girls section. But it's just so amazing to have so many different clubs and schools. No one was at the Community School of Opterarder. Aisha Samir's come through that, and Roma as well, so who's on the bench. So it's a shout out to all these clubs and schools that are a testament to them, that these girls are out there performing like they are.
Exactly, and they gave them all the foundations of how to play rugby, but also kept them interested. It's one of those, it's probably so difficult at the age of under 15, under 18. There's lots of other cool things that young girls can be doing, and getting involved with boys and booze and all the rest of it. So these clubs are able to kind of keep hold of these girls, keep driving them through the system, teaching them all the vital skills that they need in terms of how to play rugby, and then giving them the opportunities to come into Glasgow, into Edinburgh, into their clubs where they can kind of flourish. So it's fantastic to see so many clubs. I think the club game in Scotland has really been on the up in the last few years, and the kind of the depth and the amount of clubs that are represented here tonight is just a testament to that.
Yeah, and absolutely. And very much so. And we've got more. This is the second last, as we said, the penultimate round of matches today, and there's another round to come next week. And these sides meet again next week. So this is very much, here in this is what we've got a replay of the tries here. And again, we talked about Singleton there, just edging forward.
You can see she identifies who she's got in front of her, and the height as well. Aileen McGilvery just gets caught too upright there, and Crab just goes, do you know what, I've got height underneath you, I'm just going to keep driving, drive, and you're not stopping her from there. She's 5 metres out, and she's got so much power and strength behind her, so it's a good bit of vision for her to see who's in front of her personnel wise, and is she going to go over the top.
Yeah, Singleton hugely impressive today. The forwards really have. We're talking about they're trying to play wide, but it's actually the forwards that have been finishing off in the 22.
Yeah, exactly, and I think it just shows that variation in their attack in terms of this Brython Thunder teams. They have the physicality up front, but they also have the speed out wide, and it's something we've seen so much of in this first 32 minutes of this game.
And there's tap, and you've got Ailey Tucker, who's just come on. And she's just been dispossessed. Ball's on Brython Thunder.
Oh, nothing early. Use.
I think that was Jess Rogers that's got it. And again, Marshall dummies, looks to kick.
Hold, stop. Thank you.
Orla Proctor looking for space, trying to get the ball away. Ailey McGilvery straightens up, battles her way into that 22.
No hard, know your partner tackle.
Again, can they get that ball away? And again, Kubra, little pass. Poppy Fletcher, socks of Dunbar on, the green and white, and again Ailey Tucker looking to make those yards.
Release! Release!
Glasgow got to work hard at that breakdown, and again, can Glasgow get the ball? Ainsworth wants that ball, she wants to play quick, she wants to play wide, and again the ball goes out to Proctor there, just trying to get through. Still on that 22. Fair Walker, always lovely pop passes. Brython trying to slow that ball down, but it goes the other way. McDonald choosing a good option.
Casey released.
Edging their way to that try line. Proctor strong in that tackle, strong in the contact.
Leave the ball, no hands.
On the 5 metre line. Can they have that patience? Ailey Tucker coming round that corner.
Back. Back. 6.
Coming over, and again driving forward. They've got advantage. Briar McNamara, 6 tries to her name. Can she get another one? And she can! What an outstanding try from Briar McNamara. That was patient, it was methodical, and then it was released through Briar McNamara, the danger player we talked about. 7 tries for her.
So interesting to see there Glasgow and how they're looking to attack in this 22. Every single one of their carries through their forwards pods there was a tip. They are looking to find those soft shoulders. They're looking to get on top of that defence by just moving the point of contact very slightly further. Then they get their forwards doing the hard yards, coming round the corner, getting those pick and goes going, and then Briar McNamara, albeit she had about 5 or 6 defenders in front of her, but you're not stopping her from there. She is such a strong ball carrier. They knew that they had the advantage and the penalty coming, so they could afford to sling that wide. They could afford to give her time on ball. She fends off 1, 2, and such a strong ball carry to go over the line. Fantastic finish from McNamara.
And she's just converted her own try. So we're at 14 points to 7, 2 tries to 1, 35 minutes gone.
That's exactly what Glasgow needed. Just before half-time, they needed to get themselves back into this game. As I mentioned before, both these teams are such confident teams. They need to be on the front foot. They need to have the confidence about them for them to play well, and that was a massive confidence boost for Glasgow.
Abby Evans just gathers a restart. It's always strong, always manages to stay in. And again, Kubra trying to find her way through. Only 18 years of age herself.
Okay.
Really developing through this competition, being invited to train with Scotland in preparation for the Six Nations as a day trainer. And Hannah Lane takes the ball, and that's good line speed there from the Warriors. Great tackle. Poppy Melanie back on her feet, back and making double tackles, and that's great work right there. Again, Singleton able to tidy up. Rogers strong in that contact.
Tackle, leave now.
Again, looking to play. Marshall, there's a player down backfield, moving the ball. Abby Evans, and again, McNamara asking the questions. The ball goes high here at Scotstoun.
Always inside.
Marshall trying to find a way out.
Inside.
And it's straight out in the full, and that's McNamara's chase. Asking the questions, the variety, the vision. She could play any sport. She really has great vision.
Yeah, a little bit of kicking tennis there. It was just going to see who's going to make the mistake first. Yeah, just unfortunate there from Marshall. We saw she's actually fantastic in the backfield. You probably see her there a bit more frequently than you normally would attend, but she sits back there. She's able to kind of gather the ball, assess her options, but she's just sliced that off the side of her boot, unfortunately there. A massive win in terms of territory and possession for Glasgow, so they'll be pleased with that bit of passage of play there. The kick in tennis and their kick chase has worked out well for them.
Yeah, we've got a player down here. I think it might be.
Change for Brython Thunder leaving the field. Number 2, Chloe Gant.
Yeah, Chloe Gant is coming off.
Number 16, Rosie Carr.
And Rosie Carr is going to come on the field. Back from a nasty clavicle injury that she suffered playing for Wales against Australia in September. She's got 2 caps to her name, and she'll be delighted to get on the pitch. And best wishes to Chloe Gant, who looks a sore one as she's being attended to as she comes off.
Cap's good.
Samir just not able to quite get hand to ball, and again Brython looking to go a bit wider. And again managing to go out wide. Hannah Lane down that right touchline. Abby Evans just managing to stop, but it's a good pass. And again Tromans is on that ball. Abby Evans is chasing, but it's a superb finish by Tromans. Absolutely superb for their third try, for Brython Thunder's third try. Tromans takes that well.
Glasgow will be frustrated with that line out, but watch how this Brython Thunder are defending that line out. They have got 4 players within the first metre of that line out. They then have Hannah Marshall sitting on the tail of that. They are throwing their defensive line out jumper up really high. That's where that turnover has come from, and then it's just the ability to get that ball wide. Through the hands, fantastically slick passing, 2-on-1 there. Really great defensive read by Orla Proctor to get up, but she doesn't quite stop that offload, and then it's a good bit of pace. We've talked about how much pace those wingers and fullback from this Brython Thunder team have, and you're not going to stop them there. The support was fantastic, and the finish from Tromans under the sticks as well.
Yeah, it was that link play from Hing. She just manages to support play Lane, and Tromans finishing superbly well. Great break there by Hing.
By Brython Thunder, number 10, Hannah Marshall.
You've got an 11, a 14 and a 15 all working together down that far side. A fantastic bit of support play there from Brython Thunder.
And the conversion is good, and it's 21-7 with 39 minutes played. Rosie Carr, touch of the ball. She's been training the last 4 weeks with Brython Thunder and deemed fit to play today. Abby Evans on the charge down that right wing. McDonald looking to play. Cooper always looking for that pop. Good leg drive there by Ailey Tucker. Again, great break there by McDonald. Megan Heinlein, can she stay in? She's still in, she's still in. Hooker does well. Ailey Tucker wants that ball. Happy to play in close quarters, and again pops up, releases the ball and then drives on again. Katie Ainsworth takes it, flat pass, again Breyer reads it well, finds a wee bit of space into the 22. Good take there by Ainsworth, looking for support. Great pick up there by Evans. What a take! Absolutely outstanding take by Proctor on that left wing. Good shout putting her on that left wing, just a real pace, tall. And again popping off, going through that faces, and it's Kate Yeomans. Just held up, just held up. But really exciting there, and they're looking to play quick. And again, Kruber making some inches.
Hold to use the line.
Head down. Frere Walker. And again, it's just held up. Just a bit of patience there.
Yeah, good defence from Brython Thunder there.
Half time.
Frustrating probably for Glasgow. Again, they've not had very many opportunities in that Brython Thunder 22, so when they do, they need to convert that to points. So frustrating from there. A lovely pass over the top to Orla Proctor, but she just wasn't able to finish it. Frustrating end to that half for Glasgow.
Yeah, both teams really coming out to play today. Definitely Brython Thunder in the opening exchanges, and in fact the first 22 minutes, there were 2 tries in the first 22 minutes, both from Gwen Crabb, and the third try by Ellie Tromans. But Glasgow with McNamara's try there, just coming in, and we see the replay here, Rachel, with Gwen Crabb's try.
Yeah, exactly. We talked about it before. She just notices the height of McGilvray there. She knows that she can go over the top. It's just a pick up from the back of that ruck, and a really strong ball carry from her. You can see her knee heavily strapped. That wasn't stopping her from there. She just picks that ball up, and as I say, it's a fantastic individual effort for her to get over the line.
Yeah, she'll be delighted with that coming back. They're playing as a real collective today. There's real... Ashley Beck, the head coach, was really delighted with the way how they've come out today and turned things around from last week. again, Singleton just happy to go through the phases.
Yeah, exactly, and it's almost a copyright of the first one in terms of that. She identifies Singleton's asking for it at the back there. You can see Lois Davis on this right-hand side who's getting set up, and I think actually that takes the eyes of some of those Glasgow players. They're looking up, they see Lois Davis standing there, and they're going, right, that's where the next attack's coming from. Crab has other ideas, and in terms of her ability, we talked about how strong she is, we talked about how her height into contact is fantastic. She identifies that space and she takes it, and Singleton will be quite happy with that as well. Allow her to do her thing if she's going to score from there.
We just see Glasgow here.
They know they've got that advantage. You can see Manny McDonald going, I've got that advantage, I'm going to give her a shot. She's got 1, 2, 3 defenders to beat, but she is such a strong ball carrier, and from there you're not going to stop her.
Yeah, showing she can do all manner of things, both in attack and defence, and the kicking. McDonald just establishing. I think this passage of play here really demonstrates the time that the squad have now spent together, and they're learning how to play with Briar. She's now Scottish qualified, and really outstanding for them. And again, we see here the counter-attack here from Brython Thunder.
And as I mentioned, it's that line-out. They are challenging every single one of Glasgow's line-outs. They have condensed it. They are putting someone up at the front, and the speed of that line-out jumper is beating that Glasgow attacking line-out every single day of the week. Then it's just this link-up here. 15, 11, 14, all of them are getting their hands on it. Their support play is fantastic. Their offload game is great. Once they get over the gain line, they're looking to get those offloads away. A fantastic bit of play there from all 3 of the back 3 of Brython Thunder.
So yeah, just because it was good line speed here by Glasgow Warriors. Orla Proctor in that left wing position is enjoying defensive and attacking duties, but it's Hannah Lane just stretching those legs.
Yeah, unfortunately left up top a little bit exposed, allows them to get those offloads away. We talked about the forwards doing it and how they were getting those tips on, and how Glasgow had actually identified that and tried to kind of wrap them up top. Unfortunately here they were out wide, they were a bit stretched defensively. They had to make the chops low, and they weren't able to wrap that ball up and prevent those offloads. As I say, a wonderful bit of play from Brython Thunder from deep inside their own half.
So it's Glasgow Warriors here at halftime. It's Glasgow Warriors 7, Brython Thunder 21. We've now got 2 interviews with the lasting legacy of the Celtic Challenge, followed by highlights of Glasgow Warriors against Gowalia Lightning. Back shortly for the second half.
I was playing football at school because I came from Amsterdam, and rugby is not really big in that country. So I was playing football at school, and then I looked across the field and I was like, that looks way more fun. And they were playing rugby there, and I was like, I'm going to get into that instead of football, because I was awful at football anyway. I just had to chase around the best player and mark them. So, and then I found out my dad loves rugby, and I was like, great, I'll do this for a while. It's really special to be a part of something bigger than just something a part of Celtic. It's a brand, and it's a club that's already been formed for a while now. So it is really important to have a brand name under a women's team, especially there isn't many women's teams in Scotland. So it is really important that we have a bigger brand over us, and it's really special that Glasgow have taken that on. And when I first found out, I was buzzing. I was I'm from Glasgow initially, so I was great, thank God I'm here. It's really great. I feel we're all kind of the same vibe, kind of same wavelength. We're all we get excited, and we're all up for a bit of laugh, but we know when to get serious. We are a new team, and a lot of us haven't played together, but we are still there's always good vibes, and there's always a laugh happening and stuff like that. So I've been a part of the national team stuff. I was lucky enough to be in there a few times, so kind of working towards that. Maybe a cap would be nice. So working towards that. We're definitely working towards the first win in the Glasgow shirt would be really, really special, because it has been a long time coming. Together, let's build a lasting legacy.
Good afternoon and a very warm welcome to Scotland Stadium, the home of Glasgow Warriors, as they take on Gowalia Lightning in round 8 of the Celtic Challenge. The two sides met in round 4 in Glamorgan, with Gowalia Lightning coming out on a 31-26, but such a close match in the last play of the game. Glasgow are sitting 5th after their first win of the competition against Edinburgh last Saturday and will be aiming for back-to-back wins. Gowalia are 3rd and will want to keep the pressure on the Wolfhounds and the Clovers at the top by registering their 6th win of the competition today. And again, same line-out ball. And they've got the rumble on, they've got the leg drive. Have they got the composure? Have they got the patience? And it goes out to Jones. Shan Jones. And it's a score for Shan Jones at scrum half. We talked about whether they had the patience there, and they do. That's an excellent take by Shan Jones. Welsh internationalist, great performance last year, got capped against Scotland last year in the Six Nations, and just as a great setup there, wasn't it, Sarah?
Yeah, really good setup from them all. That initially looked like it was going to go all the way over, but just stopped short.
And then Izzy Davis just taking up her position there, playing against Katie Lindsay. Katie Lindsay and Aisha Sutcliffe providing really good front row for Glasgow, and combining with Poppy Fletcher at number 1 on her first start today for Glasgow. Poppy played against Edinburgh last year, played for Edinburgh last year. And a great pick by Bryony King. Can she make it? Just held up. And again, Maisie Davis just lost control there. And it's Gwen-Ann Hopkins. Superb take by Gwen-Ann Hopkins. The strong carries. Great play there by Gowalia. Again, just patience, going through the phases, putting pressure on Glasgow in the 22 and taking that scrum, and just strong carries there we see, Sarah.
Yeah, just patient build up, a great first carry from Bryony King to get them within a metre. Then they needed one more. I thought they were going to make it with this carry, but they needed one more.
Again, ball on Paige Jones. And it's out to Caris Hughes. Gwen-Ann Hopkins, just a half break there. Strong in the tackle break. Up past the 10-metre line. Maisie Davis looking to play a bit wider now. Kelsey Webster finds Caitlin Lewis. Beautiful pass back inside, and it's Anderson Thomas that finishes. Superb play there by Gowalia. Through the phases, using the wider channels earlier, and then finishing off. Great take.
After that carry into the midfield, there was loads of space on this left-hand side, and started off really good at the right line and sounded really good at that wind just coming away from those posts there as well, just probably impacted and pulled it away. But she's been kicking really well over this tournament. We spoke about it pre-game. It's kept Gowalia in games and given them an opportunity to score late on, but they'll be really pleased that they've come out on this.
You have a penalty advantage.
Finding Yeomans, can she get over? And it's a try for Glasgow. Lovely pop pass. Yeomans, as she did last week, getting over that try line, in support, determined. Great try by Glasgow Warriors. First try of the day.
Nice patient build up from Glasgow in that as well. From the line out, they got themselves into a good position, and then a couple of really good carries, and Kate Yeomans finds herself in a space and an opportunity to reach over the tacklers and get herself over the line to finish it.
It's retaken. Again, it's hard for Gowalia going into that wind. It's a real wind tunnel here at Scotstoun. That's a great take there by McNamara on the edge, and she's so strong and balanced. What a superb try. 5 tries already this competition. That's her 6th try, and Glasgow's 2nd today. Excellent team play.
Yeah, we didn't speak much about Brian McNamara in the first half, because every time she got the ball there was 2 or 3 players on her straight away, and we've seen her twice in this second half in a bit more space and seen what she's capable of. A couple of forward decoys.
It's the balance though. She's strong,
yeah,
but it's actually really, really good footwear. But it's so jinky. Footballer as well. And it's just that last minute, be able to break that tackle and not bother her stride. Ireland with the throat. Just a miscommunication there, but Tucker tidies, takes it into the 5 metre. Kubra, lovely line there by Poppy Fletcher.
No.
Just short of the line. And picks up. And it's a try. I think it's Aisha Samir for her first try for Glasgow Warriors, and she's absolutely delighted. Look how much that means to her. Fantastic play by the Warriors there. Great tidy by Ailey Tucker off the back of that line out, and Poppy Fletcher doing her bit as well. And that brings it level to 17-all with McNamara with the conversion. Third try for the Warriors. The wind is really helping them this half.
Yeah, really well tidied by Ailey Tucker as well. Previous line-outs, they've made a mistake and then immediately lost the ball, and she does enough to make sure she's got the ball and she's got people with her to support, and then a couple more carries. Mary McDonald organising the troops again. I thought Gwalia had done enough to get underneath that, but referee's seen it ground.
And again it's Scoville at the back with a pick and go. Defence is firm. Trying to go over the top.
Tackle short, let it
There's bodies everywhere. Can they control it? That's a pop. Out to the right hand side. Jones out to the right. And it's through. Superb line there. Absolutely superb line by Kelsey Webster. Just had the absolute patience going through the forward phases. Yeah, and Webster's first try for Gwalia Lightning. Elves on at 22. Again, going through that phase. Glasgow having to work hard here in defence. That's a good take. Good leg drive. Lily Terry just coming round that corner, and she's got the try. She just manages to reach out. Said what a threat she is in the line out with the yellow boots. But excellent play there. Again, happy and comfortable to go through the phases, Gwalia.
Yeah, great patience again. I didn't mention Shan Jones when we chatted about player of the match earlier, but she has also controlled that game really well. Put them into good positions, and particularly in this area of the field, she's organised her forwards into the right places, given them the ball in close range as well. She's been really good, and Gwalia get a fifth start.
And welcome back to Scotstoun Stadium for the second half. The score is Glasgow Warriors 7, Brython Thunder 21. 3 tries, 3 converted tries for Brython Thunder and 1 converted try for the Warriors. All to play for, second half kicking off. Hannah Marshall gets us underway. Good take by Kate Yeomans. Crossfield kick there by McNamara. Just again, that sunlight just challenging that Brython Thunder, and it's a great clear out there. But quick thinking there by Brython Thunder, and again penalty to the Warriors, and that's great thinking there by Briar McNamara, and great follow up at the breakdown.
Yeah, we mentioned it in the first half. Marshall did exactly the same to Poppy Mellenby. They've identified that sun sitting low, let's exploit it. Great kick there from Briar McNamara, and yeah, she just puts, it's Abby Evans, Orla Proctor, just put the Brython Thunder winger under a whole load of pressure and forced that turnover. It gives Glasgow the opportunity now to be just on the outskirts of that 22 with an attacking platform off this line out.
And there's a change for Glasgow Warriors. Roma Fraser is on, number 23. and she's on in place of Nicole Flynn. Nicole Flynn's minutes were always going to be managed today. Just back, we just talked about, she'll be really pleased just to get those minutes under her belt, Rachel.
Yeah, exactly. Having come off the back of, as you mentioned, broken foot, then broken ankle, she's just struggled with any sort of consistency in her rugby over the course of the last year or so. So great to see her back playing, and she'll be pleased with that first half performance, albeit I don't think she got the ball as much as she would have liked, but defensively she looked fairly sound, and having come back, having not really played any significant amount of rugby in kind of the last 6 months or so, she'll be pleased with that. I think that also means that the Orla Proctor will move back into her kind of more normal position of 13, and Roma Fraser coming onto this wing now. She's got bags of pace as well, so it'll be interesting to see how Glasgow look at changing their attack there with those positional changes, and see as to whether or not they can release Roma Fraser into a bit of space.
Yeah, Roma scored this championship, but she also scored against Brython Thunder the last season. Obviously this is the first time they've played this season, but she scored against them last time. They lost 24-17 this time last year, so she'll be looking for another try today. And it's a good take, it's a clean take from the Warriors, and it's a superb drive into the 22, and it's still going deep in the far right hand corner. It's just over-egged it, and possession lost there, and a slight knock on, and scrum down to Brython. But that type of line-out drive, dynamic drive, that's what they're looking for.
Yeah, exactly, and I think they kind of got themselves a little bit unaware. When they started to get that drive on, they were actually almost going too quick for themselves. Just unfortunately forced that error. I think it was Freya Walker. She did a brilliant job of worming her way out of there as that maul splintered, and then she looks to pop that up to Megan Hyland. I don't think Megan was quite on the same page as her, and has unfortunately just lost that forward. But a fantastic line out there from Glasgow. That'll give them a bit of confidence deep in this Brython Thunder 22.
Yeah, a chance to target the scrum. Brython have been more dominant with the scrum, but it's both a bit lower, it's a bit stronger. And again, there's a breakaway. Brython have got it. They'll be looking to exit sharply. Marshall will be wanting just to get that kick away. And there she is. Just sliced it slightly, but yeah, safe enough. And we talked about that's just how they've grown into this game, and the first exit they did, they were playing about 6 phases where they just phase after the scrum and then kick.
Yeah, exactly. We talked about it before, the match-up between Mary McDonald and Singleton. In terms of them, both of them having little nips at each other at that scrum. Mary McDonald with a fantastic tackle on Singleton at the base of that scrum. So it's a fantastic match-up, and it'll be exciting to see how the pair of them come into this second half.
Yeah, real dynamic scrum halves. It's a good take again. Megan Hyland really developing her throws throughout this match. Just really started playing during this championship, playing hooker, so and it's such a specialist position. Doing well. McNamara straightening up.
No.
Ball out. Ainsworth finding Abby Evans. And again, Mellenby just finding a way through, and she does. So elusive, so difficult. And again, McDonald looking to play down that blind side. Walker getting some leg drive. Warriors just a bit more leg drive, bit more alive. Great take there by Tucker. She's just looking for an offload. She knew there was space. And again, Ainsworth. Kubra manages to keep hold of the ball. Bit more flow to the game, but just turnover ball. Brython just doughty at the breakdown. And there's a penalty there for Brython Thunder. And a high tackle there. Rachel, Brython Thunder just proving how difficult they can be.
Yeah, exactly. Great bit of defence and a turnover there from them. That Glasgow attack looked a little bit more fluent, a little bit more coherent. They're looking at moving that ball. We mentioned it in the first half, how particularly in the 22, you notice a difference to how their forwards attack. The ball carriers looking to move it to that tip player on the outside to get that point of contact a little bit further out. They get over the gain line there. They've stretched that Brython Thunder sounder defence. But yeah, just a turnover there, unfortunate to lose that on the floor, and Brython Thunder have cleared their lines.
And it's a messy line out.
Second one's knocked on by blue.
Just a slight knock on there.
Okay, do first, then knocked on by blue.
Rosie Carr
Not
just
part of the line out. It was here.
trying to, both sides just really
Line out
competing
is over.
hard there. Kate Yeomans, Aisha Samir, unusual both second row scoring last week, both sterling effort. Aisha Samir came off the bench. Holland Bogan unfortunately now injured. We were just talking to them on the way up, her and Skye Fimister, so best wishes to them both with their knee injuries.
The great thing about Kate Yeomans is how dynamic she is. You can put her at 8, you can put her at 6, you can put her in the second row. She plays second row but like a back row, and it gives you that an additional workhorse around the pitch. She carries hard, she hits ruck, she hits her tackles. So in terms of that kind of depth in that role, she's fantastic.
Balls away. Again, there's just spotting that gap. How dangerous she can be. Great tackle.
No.
Superb tackle there. Great break by Singleton. Kubra just looking for her options. Doesn't panic. Looking for support. Samir offering herself. And the kick goes to the right. And it's loose.
I've got advantage.
And there's advantage there to Glasgow. Again,
over.
Mary McDonald just kicking over, kicking into the pocket on the right hand side. Abby Evans, as she often does, on the chase. And again, Hannah Lane.
Okay, all on.
Kicking back to Mellenby. Mellenby just sizing up her options. Good defence there from Bluck. And Frere Walker, a couple of good leg drives in this wider channel. Yeoman's ball on hand, that's the pace that I think they've definitely been told to up the ante, up the dynamic runs. And again, it's a lovely kick into that right hand corner. It's in the 22, is the kick chase there. Hing again, we talked about how dangerous she can be. Heelan just chips it over and she's on the run. And it's a real tussle between the two of them. McNamara's chasing back, looking over her shoulder, taking her time. That's great defence from McNamara. Absolutely outstanding. Rachel.
Yeah, it's a fantastic kick from Katie Ainsworth. She identifies that winger is sitting up flat. She identifies that Hing is coming to the front line and that there is space in behind. I think Lane's a little bit out of position. She's a little bit more towards this right-hand side than that left-hand side. And so Katie Ainsworth just kicks it over the top. The connection on the chase isn't quite there. Abby Evans, she's got fantastic pace, but she needed to look left and right and see if the connection was there. But a great foot race, and McNamara's managed to clear up to the 22.
Yeah, proving just the real speed, deceptive speed, and a great take there by Bluck. Throwing herself around and the line chase is there. Hannah Lane, brilliant pass out the back to Yeomans. And again, McNamara harrying, trying to hold them up. Yeomans she's on the shoulder. And we got Katrin Jones is on. And again, it's a rip, it's a steal, it's a turnover.
You're off.
Ailey Tucker there.
Fantastic bit of work there from Ailey Tucker. She's such a strong ball ripper. You give her any opportunity and she won't take that ball off you.
They're taking the ball quick, but everyone's got to be on the same page. That's a clean up there by Ailey McGilvray. Kick was charged down, making yards. And again, going to that blind side. I think Glasgow have got to move them a bit more. They're going to the blind when it's still marked. And they've got to move them a bit more. And again, Ailey Tucker just trying to find space through. Poppy Fletcher just offloading there.
Leave, no hand.
Can they keep possession? Can they get that continuity going even more? Bluck, so good in defence. Up she comes, cuts that corner off at 12. Nice take there, good option. Getting the offload there to Proctor. Again, trying to get that offload, that little pass. Kubra into the 22.
Moving back the way.
Great take there. On the shoulder, that's Yeoman's read it so well. Can she make it? It's just held up short. Can Glasgow just go through the phases?
Go back.
Abby Evans, it went back. And she scores. What a break by Ainsworth, and then the recycle. Try by Abby Evans. Second try for the Warriors today.
Ainsworth has such a variation in her attack. She can sit back and she can distribute. She can give her 12s, her 13s loads of time on ball, or she takes it right up to the line. She identifies the space. She gets that offload away to Kate Yeomans. She just gets held up short, and then it's a fantastic bit of identification from Mary McDonald. Loose pass to Abby Evans, but she manages to scoop it up, and it goes backwards, so she manages to just flop over the line.
Yeah, no, great take to see it once again. Yeah, Abby Evans strong from that distance out. McNamara's conversion's not quite got the legs from that angle, just seemed to just not quite swing through on it. So the score will be 21 to Brython Thunder, 12 to Glasgow Warriors, but the Warriors really have started that attack just with more intent, more attacking intent, more awareness and more running off shoulders.
Yeah, exactly. We mentioned that both these teams are confidence teams. The first person to get on that scoreboard in the second half is going to be going into this second half with a lot more confidence. If Glasgow were going to get themselves back into it, it needed to be them, and it's a fantastic bit of play there from them. As I mentioned, Katie Ainsworth spotting the gap, going through it, getting the offload to Kate Yeomans, who's got a deceptive bit of pace there as well, and then the finish on the outside by Abby Evans.
And it's a long kick. It just goes into touch. Deep in the Glasgow 22. Yeah, we were talking about that half time, just running off Ainsworth's shoulders, and Yeoman's just doing that, just spotting the gap, knowing what she wants.
It's nice to see this far in the competition. All these players, they don't play together at club, they play against each other. We all know how each other kind of plays, but it's nice to see that link up. Katie Ainsworth plays for Stirling County, and Kate Yeomans plays for Hillhead Jordan Hill, so it's nice to see the pair of them linking up really nicely in behind that Brython defence.
Yeah, she's got socks on for Richmond today as well, Kate Yeomans, so she said that they were her first women's club, so shout out to them. And there's a take there by Frere Walker. Brython are holding it up, and there's a tussle. And it's on Jones, and again Marshall reads it so well. Melanie, what a take! We were talking about that vision, and there is that vision, both in defence and attack, but that defensive read was amazing. Again, Brython just quite narrow in defence here, but again they'll compete at that breakdown, make it messy as possible. What a turnaround from last week, playing with real heart today, Brython Thunder. And it's a good race. What a read, Rachel, eh?
Yeah, exactly. It was a right tussle between the Glasgow forwards and the Brython Thunder forwards. They were trying to hold each other up. They were trying to worm their way out of it. When they managed to get away, it's Singleton who notices there's a bit of space on wide, but Poppy Mellenby reads that like a book. She sees that she's looking to loop that ball over the top. She gets up in the face and she just plucks that out the sky. And we mentioned how good she is with her vision, and that was a fantastic bit of defensive play there from Poppy Mellenby.
She does it from such depth, but line out here from Thunder and Greg Grab, ex-football goalkeeper. What a take, she'll be pleased with that. And they've got the rumble on now, and they've got the advantage. And block again, that release ball, finding Heelan, good feet. McNamara up in defence. Just, yeah, high tackle there. Apologises, and it's a penalty, Brython Thunder.
Okay. Yeah. You get one over there for the line, and you get one here for the both come on. Okay.
Yeah, it's just little bits of kind of discipline that come into it. When you've got a kicker like Marshall, she's pinpoint accurate, and she's very, very good at her distance with that kick. So opportunities like that, you're in your own half. Discipline has to be better than that, because you've just invited this Brython Thunder attack. Line out on the 5 metre line. We've seen how good their line out is. We've seen how good their maul is. So Glasgow are going to need to stay strong if they're to hold this Brython Thunder attack out.
Yeah, you've got Gwen Crabb there just organising everyone. We talked about ex-footballers. She really, in terms of line out, is very, very comfortable and is a real go-to.
Okay.
And I think that's another change for Brython Thunder. Katie Carr is on. Her twin sister is at hooker and she is playing at prop. And it's a take by McGabby. And again, just looking to go through. Can they reorganise? They're patient. They've got the second phase. It's still on Carr at the back. Singleton's talking to her. It's on Singleton.
Down by red, that's fine.
Ball's gone to deck. Glasgow trying to drive them back. Ailey Tucker in that. Kate Yeoman's in there. Jess Rogers just lifting that ball again, just trying to make that Glasgow defence work hard.
That's a maul.
Again, strong players. Brython are happy to do it.
In by red.
And it's maul taken in, and it's a turnover. Again, Glasgow strong in there. Ailey Tucker making a difference, I think, along with Yeomans in that close quarter contact area.
Yeah, exactly. You will not find a more physical player than Ailey Tucker. She loves that rough and tumble, particularly in that kind of close quarters maul setup. In terms of Glasgow defence, we've mentioned it a few times as to what they try to do. They try to wrap players up. They try to prevent those offloads. They try to create those mauls and stop the kind of speed of play that we've seen this Brython Thunder attack have in the first half. A fantastic defensive effort there, sucking them in, holding them up and forcing that turnover. So something that Glasgow will be extremely pleased of defensively.
Yeah, that's a huge win, especially at this point in proceedings. Aisha Sutcliffe has just come on into the front row, and it looks like in place of Aisha Samir, who's come off in the second row, and it looks like Megan Highland has gone to back row. She can play there too, and Kate Yeomans, and it looks like Freya Walker has gone into that second row. So options that these players can be flexible and play in different positions. Well done, Megan, and your stint there in the front row. It's not easy changing, and each game you'll be developing, so well done.
Crouch. Bind. Set.
Kubra just picking up. Kubra has played and started every game for the Warriors. Played on the open side in the opening game, and I think it's gone to played 8 from the second or third round, so really proving her worth in the age of 18. That really is outstanding. Around 9, her durability, her understanding and her development, so excellent work there from the base of the scrum, and that was a solid scrum for Glasgow. Yeah, good exit from them. As you mentioned, Kubra gets them on the front foot. That little tip option to Orla Proctor, such a strong ball carrier. Her fend is fantastic. They've got over the gain line, they've released some of that pressure, and then they just pull it back to McNamara, who clears the lines. Still in Singleton, line out's good. And again, just charging through that midfield. Such a go-to runner, Rogers. Ball's loose, but Gluck happy to pick up, happy to tidy up that loose ball in midfield. Performing well today at 12. And again, Marshall coming for Niamh Terry. And there's a kick. And Roma Fraser.
Knock on by red.
Just a slight knock on there for the chase. That was a good competition, the ball. Roma Fraser not had much ball, but they're able to stand their ground. Ex-Shinty player as well, and good eye for the ball out in that wing. When you come across the pitch like that, as Brython Thunder have, they've gone from the line out, they've attacked midfield, and then they've looked to come back down this short side, down this right-hand side. That forces wingers, Roma Fraser in this case, to come flat into the line. They have to defend up front, leaving a bit of space in behind. That's what Singleton identified there. She knew the space was in behind, and she knew she had Tromans, who's an outstanding bit of aerial skill player, and in terms of her speed, so a lovely bit of play there from Singleton.
Okay, it's twice now. kind of stopped each other.
And you'll notice this setup here, we've actually got Hannah Marshall, who looks like she's playing 9 at the minute, and you've got Singleton standing at that 10 position. Whether or not that's something they've decided defensively they're going to do, whether or not Singleton's a little bit more in terms of a crash ball 12, which looks like we're going to see Orla Proctor carrying this ball here, whether or not Singleton's a bit more solid defensively than Marshall is, it'll be interesting to see what happens.
Again, great players that are able to interchange there and do that. And it's a penalty there at the scrum. That's for Glasgow's first penalty today. Aisha Sutcliffe, I've really noticed her during these rounds, does the unseen work excellently, and she's really developing. Has played at under 18 level for Scotland and been in the wider squads for under 20, so just be looking to further development from Huntly, and now it's Stirling County, so a student at Heriot Watt University.
14 blue. Making us stop.
But just gives that steadying platform to the Warriors. And a few more changes here for the Warriors. Got Millie Warren coming on.
14 blue, you've been sub.
And there's a few changes. So Abby Evans' work today is done. Excellent try for her.
14's coming.
Representing Club of Origin Oban today, and a try for her. And Roma Fraser, I think, is switching further out to the right wing.
Stop. Red number 1 has been substituted as well, and red number 13.
And I think that's Orla Proctor moved from 13 back into this left-hand side, and Millie Warren's going into that 13 position. She's been fantastic for Hills this season. She is such a dynamic ball carrier. Her footwork is fantastic, and her kind of skills under pressure are brilliant. So it'll be great to see what she can bring to this game.
Okay. Yep, let's go.
And a few more changes there. Gabby Heelan coming off for Brython Thunder and Stella Oren.
Changes for Brython Thunder, leaving the field, number 1 Stella Oren and number...
Nice bit of identification of the space there from Katie Ainsworth. I'm not sure if that was what was kind of prescripted and pre-called, because I think Roma Fraser would have been a little bit flattered if she'd have known that kick was coming, but the space was there and it was a really nice attacking option from Glasgow. Just a bit of a miscommunication, else Roma Fraser could have got her hands on that.
Yeah, both sides were looking to their subs to bring fresh impetus and to break, get into each other's 22. Good pressure there. And Hannah Lane. And that's Fionn Davis just come on the wing. Good take by her, just on that right wing. And again, Singleton looking for Marshall. And it's a pop back inside to Hing. Effective.
No offbeat. Thank you.
And again, Gwen Grab's still out there.
Tackle's made. Needs to go.
Glasgow Warriors trying to hold them up, trying to really prevent them going to deck. And again, Bluck taking it pace to short range. Danger player, and switching back in.
Thank you.
Ball coming back out right. Ball just not quite going to hand there, but again, Fionn Davis, who started last week, has come on. A couple of nice touches there. Really making our way into the 22. Robin Davis, ball in hand. It is a great release ball. And Rosie Carr wants her hands on that ball, just coming at pace there. As we said, 2 caps for Wales. She'll be wanting more and get her fitness back after that injury in September.
Let it come. Let it come.
Glasgow managing the steal. Huge steal for Glasgow. Again, patient.
No.
Aisha Sutcliffe is there, she'll need support.
Here we go.
McDonald organising our forwards. Kubra again. Needed to get that leg drive. And looking for McNamara. That's a good exit. Both defences are good there. So just sort of being played around the 10, the 22. Not on, both sides finding it hard to get there, but Brython keeping the pressure on Glasgow.
Yeah, exactly. Brython are showing a little bit of variation to their attack, but this Glasgow team are starting to read that nice and easily. They're noticing what they're trying to do. They're getting numbers on feet. They're causing havoc in the rucks and slowing the ball down, which allows the rest of their players to look up, to have a look what's in front of them and to get set early. So a fantastic bit of defence, a period of defence here from Glasgow.
Good contest.
It's a take, it's a steal. It's a great compete there by the Warriors. And again, they're starting to read what they're doing at line out as well. Poppy Fletcher trying to drive through.
Steal. Tackle.
Brython keeping that pressure on the Warriors on that 22 line.
No, 9.
And the ball's lost.
Whoa. Hey.
And again, Gwyn Crabb looking to play wider. Bluck can see the space. And it's a good kick through. Hannah Lane, and ball's on Hannah Lane. She's picked it up. She's near that 5-metre line. Ellie Tromans.
No hands.
Always looking for opportunities.
Picked it up.
Again, Yeoman's trying to make a mess at that breakdown. You can't play the 9 though, she's got to be careful. Again, Kubra. Trying to look out wide. Bluck just delaying that pass slightly. Huge tackle. Excellent tackle by Proctor there.
No. Counter's good.
Ball's loose. Kate Yeoman's alert to that. Tidying up. And they'll go through their exit process. Hayley Tucker getting low, driving through. Really stepped up to the role of club captain. Hannah Lane giving the kick goes to Hannah Lane. And then ball gets transferred. And there's a little chip through. Great read by Tucker. Kupra staying alert, staying on her feet. Can she get the ball away? Just a slight knock on.
No, it's off her knee.
Play continues, but Tucker's down just beyond the 22.
She's slow.
And there's a real fight here for the ball on the halfway line. And Brython have got the ball.
Tackle!
Glasgow got out that 22, but another opportunity here for Brython. Gwen Grab just looking for Fionn Davis. Look at that line speed. Spot tackle there by McNamara.
Not going by foot.
And the referee says knock on there to Brython Thunder, but some passage of play there, Rachel.
Yeah, exactly. Goodness me, that was end-to-end stuff there. Fantastic bits of attacking play from both teams, but this defence has been outstanding. The line speed from Glasgow to get up off that line. We saw Orla Proctor do it down here. We saw Briar McNamara do it there. They're getting off the line and they're forcing that Brython Thunder team under a lot of pressure. Previously, in the first half, Brython Thunder were able to get outside those last Glasgow defenders and really exploit the outside. Glasgow fixed that defensively. They're sitting off a little bit in that midfield and just allowing Brython Thunder to play in front of them, let them do their thing, and then they are pouncing on them once they are numbers on. So fantastic bit of defence there from Glasgow. They'll be frustrated that referee has said that it was a knock-on by them and it'll be a Brython Thunder scrum, as will lots of the coaching staff and fans here. We heard a bit of booing there. So unfortunate that is going to be a Brython Thunder scrum, but a great bit of defence there from this Glasgow team.
And in terms of territory, because in terms of possession, both sides, in terms of the stats from all their other matches, it's sort of, I think Glasgow's a bit more in the 49 and Brython's 44. It's where you play your rugby, and Glasgow have been forced to play down this end for a lot, but now that they've got beyond that halfway line, and it gives them an opportunity to attack.
Yeah, massively so. Every single time, well, maybe not every single time, I don't know what the stats are, but Brython Thunder were getting into that Glasgow 22 in the first half and they were coming away with points. There's been a lot of sustained pressure from this Brython Thunder team in that Glasgow half, and Glasgow have just repelled them time after time again in this second half. They'll take great confidence from that. The score at the minute, there's not an awful lot in it. There's 9 points in it. There's still all to play for because there's 13 minutes on the clock left to go. So there's still all to play for. Glasgow take great confidence from keeping this Brython Thunder team out of their half.
Time back on.
And Ailey Tucker's coming off. She was treated there, and I think maybe precautionary. She's back on her feet, but Alex Ward is now on. Alex Ward from Geary. She also co-captain at Perthshire and has played in earlier rounds, and a fine opportunity for her coming in at the tight head position.
That's okay, I'll keep an eye on it. Don't worry.
Quite a few kind of positional changes here for Glasgow. It'll be interesting to see. First half they were being completely dominated by this Brython Thunder scrums. So it'll be interesting to see how this one fares up.
Yeah, it's been a bit more parity, and there we have it. Well done, Alex Ward. Dubai Hurricanes as her club of origin, as it goes to Tromans. And there's Hannah Lane, dangerous in those wide channels. Again, Glasgow's defence holds firm in those 5 metre channels. That's the key, withstanding those wide attacks. And again, Glasgow competing furiously at that breakdown. Brython's attack, led by Gwen Grab. Great to see her out playing and still out there in the latter stages of the game. And Bluck, here we come. And that's Rhiannon Griffin is on the pitch now. A last-minute call-up. She was the travelling reserve. Niamh Terry switched out, and Hannah Marshall in, and also Rhiannon Griffin now on as well. And that's a great line there by Katrin Jones. Scored last week, and Bluck really attacking that line. Mugabe, real pace there into the 22.
No hands, no hands.
Good passage of play here by Brython.
Yes, hold back.
It's a pick up there. Again, Hannah Lane.
Okay, okay. You okay?
Tall, rangy, and it's a penalty.
That's frustrating for Glasgow. We've seen Mara McDonald do that a few times at Rucks. She's so competitive. She's got so much fight in her for being such a small person, says me. But in terms of that, she's just lost her footing there and gone off her feet, and just invited that Brython Thunder team to put that ball out on that 5 metre line and have a driving maul from there. So frustrating. We mentioned discipline. When the games are that close, it is so important to maintain your discipline, particularly in your own 22.
Yeah, Glasgow just to let them, because they did well in that wide channel, and now all that hard work to get to the halfway, and now back on the 5 metre line and just receiving some attention. But both sides really trying to play wide, and they've obviously, as you say, the defensive sets from Glasgow so much better.
Yeah, exactly. I think it was Poppy Mellenby who made that tackle on Hannah Lane on that far side. A nice bit of attack there from Brython Thunder. They hit up through the middle, but they also managed to release that ball. They got those offloads away, and it got kind of tied Glasgow up midfield, and the space was on wide. But it was a brilliant bit of defence from Poppy Mellenby to get across and make that tackle on Hannah Lane. But they'll be frustrated to have let them back in here.
And it's a good take by Mugabe again.
Okay, off the mark.
And again, they're trying to drive forward. Glasgow trying to disrupt, but it's organised. They're still driving forward. Can they get the ball down? They're trying. And it looks like a try there. Try there for Brython Thunder in that corner from that, and I think it might be Danny Mugabe.
Yeah, it's either Mugabe or Rogers. I'm not sure who's got the ball in their hands when they come up there.
We'll get that confirmed for you. But it was a well executed line out in terms of organisation.
Yeah, exactly.
There we have it.
Exactly, in terms of the drive, it's just a solid 8-pack, driving really hard, their height's nice and low. It's something that Glasgow did really well to defend on this right hand side early in the second half, but it's just unfortunate there. As I said, discipline is so important. At this point in a game, you cannot afford to give away penalties in your own 22 and invite that Thunder team to do a driving maul like that close to the line.
And it's the 4th try, and that was Rosie Carr that got that try, and the bonus point try for Brython Thunder. And no conversion. So it's 26, 4 tries, that's the bonus point try to Brython Thunder, and it's 26-12. Glasgow have got a lot to do in the next 9 minutes. Excellent line out take, and Mugabe was happy with her take there, and Rosie Carr, coming back for injury, finished it off. And the ball goes deep back into Glasgow's 22. Brython Thunder asking questions again. And it's a great kick chase there from Hannah Bluck. Really showing her international prowess there. That was a great chase. She's got 13 caps for Wales. That's a great kick chase.
That's outstanding. That is absolutely brilliant. She looks up and she sees that Glasgow winger is flat. There was nobody back there. Poppy found herself a bit out of position. She found herself more on this left-hand side. Bluck identified that and she just drilled that back down. The best part about that's a 50-22 and it's her team's ball back where they were 2-3 minutes ago when Rosie Carr went over.
That's good.
And again, Rosie Carr's line outs are on the money. She's accurate and it gives them such a platform. Gwen Grab coming round the corner, trying to get those extra yards. Again, they're happy to play like any Welsh team, round the corner, organise the forwards. They've got strong forwards. And again, Catherine Jones there. And again, McGabby there, really good strength there in the contact. Makes an extra yard for them.
Okay, use. Shot.
That's a good drive.
Held up first. Held up first. No. You cannot place it.
And the referee deems it held up there. Excellent drive. Just, I think it's Poppy Fletcher just getting underneath.
Yeah, Poppy Fletcher's done a brilliant job there. You watch her here with her Dunbar socks on. She just manages to get underneath. She used great upper body strength, manages to get her knees underneath it as well.
And keeps talking to the ref. Jess Roger thinks she scored and Poppy held her up. And again, Singleton finding Bluck every time. There's such a good combination, and again, Fionn Davis in that wing. Great tackle. Technically excellent by Poppy Mellenbein. It's just a knock on there by Rosie Carr. And that came from that tackle.
Yeah, great bit of defence there from Poppy Mellenby. We talked about her earlier, in terms of her counter attack and how great she is, identification of space and things, and her vision. But defensively, she is fantastic as well. She gets herself in the right places. She could have quite easily have just made a side-on tackle there, but she does so well to square up her hips, to make that a dominant hit, to get underneath Fionn Davis there and makes an outstanding hit. That puts a whole halt to that attack, and then Glasgow get off the line, force that handling error and turn the ball over.
A couple of subs there. Mary McDonald, captain, being replaced there by Rihanna Darroch at number 21, and Rowan Sinclair is also on for Katie Omans. Again, harrying there, the Brython Thunder. Millie Warren just trying to get her feet there. Driving.
Tackle only!
Yep, driving forward. And again, just tapping and going. There's Freya Walker, she's got pace, she's looking for support, and she's smart. She just holds that ball up, waits for the support. And again, Katie Ainsworth. Looking for the next one. She's looking for the gaps, looking for runners off her. Glasgow over the halfway line. The ball goes to Fletcher. Aisha Sutcliffe up to the 10-metre line. Fionn Davis just trying to hold her up. And again, Alex Ward, nice take there by Kubra. But again, Rogers is quick over that ball. She's tough at that breakdown. Katie Carr there too. And again, Mellenby, an opportunity for Mellenby deep. She's got support there. Roma Fraser. She too likes to run from deep. Excellent play there, excellent play. Can she find the space? Can she? But she's got the feet, she's got the swerve, she's got the dummy. She's in the 22, Freya Walker's trying to get with her. She'll make it. An amazing try by Roma Fraser, right from her own 22 to the upper try line. Glasgow's third try of the day. Roma Fraser, take a bow.
outstanding from Roma Fraser. Poppy Mellenby, that ball just, she loses vision of it. It goes in between her legs, and the kind of Brython Thunder defence are kind of bearing down on the pair of them. She just lifts it to Roma Fraser, who doesn't panic. She sees what's in front of her and she takes each defender as they come. She finds a bit of space on that outside to begin with, and then she just uses that vision, she uses that footwork of her. She's got ball in two hands to begin with, you don't know what she's going to do, then she transfers it. First step, second step, she goes round the outside, she's got the pace, then she's got that 15 to beat. Again, she is so level-footed. She goes on the inside, step again to step that last defender, and then she's got the pace to go over in the corner. A fantastic bit of individual skill there from Roma Fraser.
And the conversion just going wide of the sticks there. So the scoreline is 26 to Brython Thunder, 17 to Glasgow Warriors. Rachel, player of the match, your thoughts?
Yeah, such a tough one. We have had such a great contest here today. I think definitely Singleton and Hannah Marshall have been fantastic, kind of controlling that Brython Thunder attack. I've noticed Freya Walker, Kate Yeomans have been instrumental, Katie Ainsworth, Orla Proctor, Brian McNamara for Glasgow. But I think for me, I'm going to give it to Gwen Crabb. 2 tries early on in that first half, and she's been instrumental in this Brython Thunder efforts in the second half too.
Excellent choice there, as you say, so many stepping up to the mark here today, but on her return from a timeout and injury. And again, Glasgow Warriors on the attack, down the right hand side, just kicking away possession there, giving an opportunity for the Brython Warriors just to come back. And we've got less than a minute and a half to go. Brython just with the ball, looking for another opportunity. Glasgow will be wanting the ball back to try and get their bonus point try. They play each other next week again, so all to play for. Each point counts. Again, Fionn Davis just there. Glasgow pressurising, looking for that turnover. Brython were organised, assured. Adkins is on it at scrum half, just looking for support there. And again, a chip through from Tromans. And a penalty there for tackling off the ball. Good option there by Tromans.
Bold, very, very bold. We've got not awful 15 seconds left on the clocks on your screens. I think the stop clocks here have got closer to 2 minutes here at the ground, but very, very bold of that Brython Thunder attack to dribble that along the floor, potentially lose that possession, but they've been lucky there. I think it was Millie Warren just got a bit ahead of herself and tackled that player without the ball. So Brython Thunder given the opportunity to drill that ball into the Glasgow 22, relieve some of their pressure, play the ball down there for the last couple of minutes of the game.
Yeah, as we say, it's just those key moments, isn't it? Just relieving pressure or building momentum just can swing instances and give another opportunity here for Brython Thunder. They've got 4 tries and it's 26-17. And it's well taken there. And again, Brython looking to build pressure through their line out.
Okay, broken.
And it's a breakaway. And it's Rosie Carr just on the charge. She's broken away.
Penalty advantage.
They've got the advantage.
60, your thing.
And it's penalty for not rolling away there. Rosie Carr, really good leg drive there.
60.
Again, Glasgow in their own 22, discipline. It all comes into it, and as I say, you're just giving opportunity for possession and territory to be gained by this Brython Thunder team. As you've mentioned, they've got their 4 tries. There's only a few seconds left here at Scotstoun Stadium, but they're just inviting them to have another go and have another go at that Glasgow line.
And your player of the match, Gwen Grab, still organising them. Yep. And it's been such an effective front ball to Mugabe at the front. And are they over the try line? And it's a try for Brython Thunder.
Any part of the ball.
Just in that left-hand corner. And who is it?
It is our player of the match.
It's Gwen Grab. She's got her hat trick. 3 tries to Gwen Grab and Brython Thunder's 5th try. again, just so measured and organised there, Rachel.
Yeah, exactly. Mugabe's been fantastic at that front ball. A nice little bit of variation here. They start in the middle, they go up at the front. Rosie Carr hitting pinpoint precision there, and then it's just that little breakaway, managed to lift off the line, and Gwen Crabb, again, she identifies who she's got in front of her. You're not stopping her. Her height, her dominance in contact has been what's got her 3 tries today, and an outstanding display of strength from her in this contest.
Yeah, should be happy with that. Marshall with a conversion. Oh, she's delighted with that. What an absolute peach of a conversion.
Yeah, fantastic there from Hannah Marshall. It's pretty much exactly the same as where the other one, the previous try from Brython Thunder was. So she's pulled that just wide, so she knew where she was aiming for this time, and she's nailed that. A fantastic conversion for her to end the game.
So was delighted. It just shows the highs and lows of rugby. Brython Thunder suffered a hard defeat, tough match last week against the Clovers, but they've come here today and they've scored 5 tries, and it's been a contest, and the Warriors have produced 3 tries of their own. The final score is 33 Brython Thunder, 17 Glasgow Warriors. Rachel, your thoughts?
Yeah, a cracking game of rugby. I really thought that Glasgow were going to kind of come back into it in the second half, but Brython Thunder maintained that control. They maintained their possession. Glasgow started to read their attack a bit better, get off the line, shut them down in defence, but that Brython Thunder pack were instrumental in the first half at getting them on the scoreboard nice and early, and instrumental in the latter stages. People were getting tired and they were flagging, but that Brython Thunder pack were outstanding again. As I said, their driving maul and their close quarters attack was brilliant.
And we just saw Gwen Crabb and Sarah Singleton congratulate each other, and we talked about Sarah Singleton, especially in the first half. She was really instrumental in just like getting the attack going, wasn't she?
Yeah, exactly. Her and Hannah Marshall paired up together beautifully. Obviously that was a late change with Niamh Terry not being able to play today, so Hannah Marshall slotted into that 10 jersey fantastically well, and her and Singleton controlled the forwards, controlled the backs, controlled the pace, controlled the territory, controlled the possession. They were absolutely outstanding, and a great display of rugby from them. They'll be pleased, they'll be happy. They go into a fixture at home next week against this Glasgow team. They'll have learned lots about how Glasgow attack, how Glasgow defend, and it'll be exciting to see how both of these teams learn from this week, learn what they can do, what they can't do, and what each individual player brings, and how they can counter that next week going into the last round of this Celtic Challenge.
And that's the beauty of playing these back-to-back matches, isn't it? And in fact, they've got an extra day recovery. And here we see the standings, which means that result means that Brython Thunder have changed places with Glasgow Warriors in 5th and 6th place. So now Brython Thunder on 12 points in 5th place, and Glasgow Warriors in 6th place on 9. But everything to play for next week, Rachel.
Yeah, exactly. And I think this Brython Thunder team are going to take this positively. They still have a chance to finish 4th. If they get a bonus point win next week and Edinburgh don't get anything against the Wolfhounds away to Wolfhounds, then they could be looking at a 4th place finish. That would be brilliant for them, all things considered, how this campaign has gone for them.
100%. And here we see the results from around the venues today. Wolfhounds 48 to Gwalia Lightning at 17. Clovers 60 to Edinburgh 18. Really, these Irish sides, the 2 Irish sides, just showing their prowess, especially in these latter stages. There's 33 players in the Six Nations Ireland squad, out of a squad of 40 that have played in the Celtic Challenge. It just shows they've brought in the 7th players, they've prioritised, and it's really making a difference.
Yeah, exactly. It's one of those ones that, looking at Irish rugby a few years ago, you would have said, are they doing the right thing? They were forcing their players to stay in the country. They were trying to develop their grassroots club rugby there, and it just shows with both those Wolfhounds and Clovers teams being so solid, so strong, and that many of them involved in the Six Nations. They've done a fantastic job in this Celtic Challenge, and as you can see by that leaderboard, both 1 and 2 sitting there, so fantastic job from those Irish teams.
And as we say, the last round of this exciting Celtic Challenge, this expanded competition, so we now got 10 rounds next Saturday and Sunday. So next Saturday at 12 o'clock, Gwalia Lightning play the Clovers down in Glamorgan, East Strathminach. And then also at 12:15 we've got Wolfhounds against Edinburgh in Dublin at Energia Park. And then this rematch is on Sunday 9th of March at 12 o'clock down at Parky Scarlets at Clonethley. And yeah, all eyes will be in all those matches, still everything to play for.
Yeah, exactly. We mentioned the Clovers and the Wolfhounds and the kind of their fight at the top, and then we've mentioned the kind of Brython Thunder and Glasgow fight at the bottom. Mid-table, you've still got your three top players, top teams, and you've got your three bottom teams. So there's still all to play for in this final round of the Celtic Challenge. So each of these teams will be looking to build into that final round and hopefully finish higher than they currently are at the minute.
And that's the thing, it's improving every time, isn't it? Both individually and squads and time together, and it's just key to absolutely everything. And the Ulster men against Scarlet is on the big screen here at Scotstoun prior to Glasgow Warriors men against the Ospreys, and we'll leave you with the highlights and Rachel for that, and I'll be speaking with the head coach and the player of the match, Gwen Grab. Thanks, Rachel.
No, thank you, Heather. We've talked so much, we've talked about Gwen Crabb. She is outstanding. She really, really shows how much experience that she has. Obviously coming back from her knee injury, she's not had an awful lot of game time recently. She played in the first few rounds of this Celtic Challenge, but then has had to kind of sit on the sidelines throughout the kind of middle portion of this Celtic Challenge. So it was great to see. We've obviously got the up and coming Six Nations coming up in a couple of weeks. It was great to see her back out there, and what a fantastic display. 3 tries, this was her first one, close quarters, all 3 of them from close quarters, and a fantastic bit of display of rugby from her. This was Glasgow's first. They did all the hard yards through their forwards. They had that penalty advantage. And then Briar McNamara, we've talked about how good she has been for this Glasgow team. She plays her rugby at Watsonians, originally from New Zealand, as we've mentioned. She's such a strong ball carrier, and she knows when to launch. She identifies that in actual fact, she needs to just put this in one hand, fend, and a bit of footwork there to get over the line. Outstanding bit of play there from Briar McNamara. And you can see what it means to that Glasgow team to get on the pitch. Then we've got here the Brython Thunder back 3 working so well in those outside channels. A great steal at the line out, and then we see the great strength here from Tromans to get through. Then we see Hannah Lane, she's fantastic speed wise, and then it's the support play that kind of does it for them. The offload there. And then it's Tromans to finish it off. End-to-end stuff there from Brython Thunder, and a nice variation to their attack. Brilliant support play is the key to the success there. And then we see Glasgow. It started off with Katie Ainsworth identifying a bit of space in between those Thunder. She picks out 2 Thunder forwards who are caught a bit off guard. She goes through the gap and she gets the fantastic support of Kate Yeomans. That gets them over the gain line, and then this is a fantastic finish from Abby Evans. Mary McDonald spots the gap, gives it to her on the outside, and a brilliant finish there from Abby Evans in the corner for Glasgow's second score. However, Thunder were quick on the return, and they managed to get over the line. Rosie Carr, sister to Katie Carr, who was also on the field at this point. We talked about how good they are at close quarters, about those driving mauls, and a fantastic bit of a finish there from Rosie. This was the one that got away from them there. You see Poppy Mellenby is over the line, and I think we're going to cut to Heather, who has managed to get hold of our player of the match, Gwen Crabb, and has managed to find her down at pitchside to have a chat with her about her thoughts.
I'm delighted to be joined by player of the match, Gwen Crabb. Gwen, very well played, big turnaround from last week. Just your initial thoughts on the game?
Yeah, I think as a group we're really pleased with that performance. I think the promising thing is that we actually left so much out there as well. And it's a really young group, and to bounce back the way that we have from that defeat last week is excellent.
Yeah, especially the structure. You yourself scored 3 tries, but you've had great patience in the 22. Is that something you've been working on in training this week, especially from the line out?
Yeah, definitely. I think the theme of today coming into it was respecting the ball, and I think we did do that a lot better this week, especially in that 22. We know that when we get in the 22 we can get really dangerous there, so keeping hold of the ball, and then we came away with the win.
And tell me about your back three as well, some exciting young back three players as well.
Yeah, I think they're excellent today. You know, it's really exciting seeing them on the ball, and I think, you know, again, we left opportunities out there with that back three, so it's really exciting to be able to work on those sort of missed opportunities this week and then go into next week firing.
And just a little bit about yourself, your own journey over the last couple of years, 18 months. You've had some injuries. Just enlighten us a wee bit about that.
Yeah, I mean, it's been really difficult having sort of 3+ injuries on the bounce. But I think at the minute it's just sort of rediscovering that love for rugby. And yeah, today was a good step forward in that. Really enjoyed being out there. And for me, it's just about getting minutes now going through. We've got big Six Nations and a World Cup coming up. So if I can just, you know, get some minutes in and sort of keep building.
Absolutely, and you keep smiling like that. Great to see you smiling like that. Good luck next week. I'm sure it'll be a great game again.
Thank you very much. Cheers.
And we saw this fantastic individual effort here from Roma Fraser. The ball is kicked downfield by Brython Thunder. What looks like a fantastic clear, but they don't get set in defence. Roma Fraser just carves it up, and a fantastic finish from her in the corner for Glasgow. But then we see Brython Thunder strike straight back. Gwen Crabb truly deserving her Player of the Match award by getting over for her hat-trick in the corner. Fantastic close quarter stuff here from Brython Thunder. It's a brilliant maul that we've seen them do on numerous occasions. It fractures away, but Gwen Crabb, she stays on her toes. She manages to pick that ball up. She identifies a weak shoulder and she drives over the line. A brilliant finish from her. And this was just another replay of that fantastic bit of defence there from Glasgow. Poppy Fletcher getting underneath the ball fantastically well and holding it up, but it wasn't enough for this really strong Brython Thunder team who've come away with a bonus point win here at Scotstoun Stadium today.